Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, the team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Tuesday right here on YSN Live. DJ Yoakley with you alongside the 8-time best author back from a trip down the Oregon Trail just a few days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Ronald Hartwig. What's up, pal?
How we doing, buddy?
Good. Did you ever play Oregon Trail growing up?
Yeah, I died of dysentery all the time.
Always. That doesn't happen anymore, right? We got that pretty much under control.
Yeah, dysentery is done. We've eradicated
Hey.
it along with polio and Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Smart people, way to go. That's why the doctors are doing the right thing. Advancements in modern pharmaceuticals.
Shout out to Alexander Fleming, the guy that derived penicillin and antibiotics. You're the real one.
Alex Fleming, man. Whew. The real deal.
Real deal.
Couldn't pick him out of a lineup. You could have told me he did anything right there, and I was sitting here and bobble my head right here.
Just giving you one more Jeopardy answer that you can get if you're ever watching the show, if that ever pops up.
Buddy, if I'm on Jeopardy, the world is in a bad spot. A bad spot.
Celebrity Jeopardy with DJ Yoakley.
The first question is, where does a proper person put an apostrophe, and what the hell does a semicolon do?
No answer.
I don't know. I was more of a Hollywood Squares kid growing up.
I'll take DJ for the block.
I felt pretty confident in those, mostly because they were dumbed down idiots. They were dum-dums doing it. I'm trying to remember. There was Wayne Grady was
Wayne
always
Brady,
on
the
there.
guy that was on
Wait,
Who's Line?
Is it Brady or Grady?
Yeah, I think it's Brady. Wayne Brady.
Brady. He was on that Dave Chappelle show. He was on legendary Who's Line, and he was on that show. Caroline Collins was always a go-to on that show, who I had a crush on for the longest time. Don't ask me why. I thought she was funny. Thought she was attractive because she was funny. That was it. That's high standards.
High standards.
I married the most beautiful woman I'll ever know. So I unplugged.
She's
right
also
after
funny,
that.
so it's right there.
Who, Sarah?
Yeah.
Sarah's hilarious.
So
And
you got
now-
both right there.
Yeah, and I'm not here to brag, but my kids are pretty freaking funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
Z thinks he's funny. Like, he's not there yet. He says he's got some good one-liners, especially when he's talking trash.
Of course.
Bella, I'm telling you, oh boy, she's got it, dude. She's got it. She's got timing. She doesn't even know she has it. She's got timing. She thinks she's hilarious. So when like she's talking, she's going on and on about, like she laughs and I laugh. Right? It's one of those things. Like she's Sarah has a laugh. I think everybody, her laugh is contagious from a standpoint. We got a show to get to, but I'm just telling you from my standpoint, my family's awesome. There it is. We do have a show to get to. The one thing that, and I want to check my messages. I feel like Adam Schefter here because one of the things, got to hang on to one of the things I wanted to talk about because somebody here on this screen got a sneak peek of a really nice facility. I'll just leave it at that. And I've got video and pictures, and there's a school in our area that is going to be very pleased with their community is going to be very pleased with what this school is presenting. Look out!
It wasn't.
Don't spoil it.
It's got to be because I don't have any videos or pictures.
Oh, I got it. I have them. They're loaded, but we want to let the community, which I agree, we want to let the community get the first sneak peek at that and give the thumbs up and the oohs and ahs because boy are they going to. They are going to. I'm excited for that. Excited for, and I hold a soccer ball here because I've got a volleyball back there, but it was kind of hard to get to on the last second. But boy, did we see some good volleyball last night. My friend, you saw some great volleyball with Gerard and Boardman.
Yeah, it was a great match. Went 5 sets. Welcome to the season. There you go. Here's a 5-set thriller. And Gerard was able to pull out a win after falling behind 2-1. They won 2 sets in a row and won it in 5. So congratulations to Gerard. Nicole Luckland, her first career victory as the head coach of Gerard. New head coach taking over for Phil Walters. So she gets win numero uno in her career. That was really fun to be a part of. And just a good win for the Indians. They came off of a game on Saturday where they didn't play well and they lost in 3 to Canfield. So they had something to prove. They kind of knew themselves that they weren't the team that you saw on Saturday. They wanted to prove it to themselves as well. And they did that. They beat a very good Boardman team.
You had some post-game interviews. Let's hear from Coach Luckland first.
Anthony Hartwig here with head coach Nicole Luckland. First win of your head coaching career, and you do it coming here in Boardman, winning a very thrilling set, 5-set victory over the Spartans. Coach, first I want to talk about coming back off of Saturday. Saturday was a rough game for you guys. Wasn't competitive. You guys got swept. What was it like coming back here, winning set 1, having a couple of struggle sets, and then just showing resiliency and bouncing back and winning sets 4 and 5?
Well, that was exactly it, that word resiliency. We met today before coming here, and I just said, this is our redemption game. This is where we have to make that statement. Who we saw on Saturday is not the team that I know. Seeing it today, we have to tweak a little bit still, but I'm pulling out that team and those girls that I know that are on the court.
You had a couple of players today, specifically Kira Bell and Fiona Allen, who had a couple of rough spots, but just never stopped swinging and then came up with big kills, big plays down the stretch. Talk about the resiliency from those two and Chloe Plant and all your team that's really being able to bounce back from maybe some not so good sets, maybe some not so good plays.
Absolutely. We talk about it in practice and things like that too, that they have to trust me and I'll trust them. It's a two-way street, that mutual respect. So I don't want to put pressure on the girls that they can't make a mistake and then they come out. I really want them to feel what that feels like to miss a couple or kind of figure that out and bring that back down, but they listened to what I said and they brought themselves back in it. So the resiliency is there. They had it today. I wish that we didn't have to have so much resiliency, but they really did a nice job with that.
Talk about that 5th set. I mean, it had me sweating over there in the press box.
Yeah.
What was it like for you going through it, seeing you guys have a 13-9 lead, seeing it turn to, I think, 13-13 at one point, and then getting those last 2 points to win it 15-13?
Our big word is compete, and that was what I kind of saw. We battled back and forth a little bit, and kudos to Boardman. They're the team to battle that with, but we really just needed to compete and get that confidence and settle into our play, and that's what I told them in the huddle. Let's play good, clean volleyball. Don't worry about the score. These next 3 points are ours, and that's what they did.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations on win number 1.
Win number 1.
First of many, we're sure.
Thank you.
And we will see you all again soon. We're here with Fiona Allen. Gerard wins in a 5-set thriller over Boardman in 5 sets. Fiona, this was a game that was really up and down, and you guys had some spots where you could have sunk your heads in. Talk about staying resilient and what it took to get this win.
I think that we got it together and we ended up staying positive in the end of it, and I think that's really what got us the win.
You personally had a couple of sets where it just wasn't working for you, but then the fourth and fifth set came up with a lot of big plays. Talk about how your personal mindset went through this game and how you were able to stay resilient.
At first it was going down, but then I realized it's a game and I have to get my head back in it, and it ended up working.
You have a much bigger role this year than last year with all the seniors from last year graduating. How are you staying confident and realizing that that big role is on your shoulders as just a sophomore?
I think working as hard as I can in practice is definitely starting to show, and I think that's what's really helping me.
Fiona, thank you for the time. Congratulations on this great win.
Thank you.
Anthony over here with Brooke Perry. Girard gets a thrilling 5-set victory over Boardman here on the road. Brooke, talk about what it's like to bounce back from the Canfield game, come on the road against Boardman and get a very thrilling victory.
It's crazy to see us bounce back. I knew we had it in us. I think Canfield was a slow start, but I think tonight really showed our potential. And I think continuing in the season, I think we'll continue to play like this.
You guys never stopped fighting tonight. It was 25-7 in set 2. A lot of reasons for you guys to let your heads down. Never happened. The fourth set was, the third set was competitive. You won the fourth set, won the fifth. What was the key to keeping you guys persistent and competitive in this game?
I think the key was our communication and our bond with each other. I think we really picked each other up and held our own and given all our effort.
In your battle in the middle with Ava Gaps and their middles, what was that like to go neck and neck with them and get some hits from them and get some hits from you?
It's crazy. They are extremely good hitters, and credits to them, but I love the thrill. I love the thrill of getting a block. I love the thrill of getting a kill.
You are one of the veteran leaders on this team that has a lot of young players. So for you as a leader, what's it like to have a win like this carry momentum forward?
I think it's like we really needed to see this because it shows us that we do have it in us, and I think it gave us a lot of more confidence that we needed.
All right, Brooke, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations on the big win.
Thank you.
So before we get into breaking down the game, somebody hasn't learned his lesson over these years of what's the number one rule that you talk to all the announcers about, Ant, about when you're doing an interview?
Now I'm scared.
What? And I'm not. This is nothing bad happened. Nothing bad happened.
Against the wall.
Yo, against the. So I want to show this off. Hang on. See if I can blow this up.
Anthony, aren't we here with?
Right. How do I? Come on back. I can't get it. There's this, right? This is the best. Watch. Oh!
I don't want to be on camera. Whoop.
So just mind her own business, putting the hair behind the ears, and then oh boy, I'm
on camera. I better get out of here.
Let's roll this back just even a hair more, because I watch like, okay, we're here. This is where she sees like what's going on, analyzing the situation, right? She's made eye contact with you. Now she's figured it out. Her brain is like, I'm on. And then like she goes back to the ear. Oh no! Look at that form. Look at the backpedaling. That is unbelievable form right there. Yikes! See ya! And she knows exactly where to go. Gone. And this is the best. This is the best part because you got. It looks like Coach behind her, and then, whoa, easy.
Yeah, Coach and the ref's fine. That's Stacy.
We've got like, well done. But I wanted to just point that out to you.
Emily Skremecki was the one that yeeted out of the frame.
Yeet.
So yeet.
Hey, 4 words. Or wait. Stop. Really? 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Yeet.
She's gone. But who was that?
Assistant JV coach Emily Skremecki.
Coach Skremecki, thank you for allowing us to indulge a little bit. Thank you for dodging the camera. You're always allowed to be behind there. You're not going to do anything crazy. I would hope. But you gave us that moment of excitement, dude. That was some agility. The backtrack, like I don't even know what you could like. We used to call them like donkey kicks when you like kick back, right? She was gone. She knew exactly the scope of where your camera was too. That's impressive. That's wherewithal is what that is, and that's all one word: wherewithal.
Right.
All that being said, we got a yeet from Derpy in the comments.
Yeet.
Derpy's getting a little crazy in the comments. Derp's like calling out, being very critical. Let's just put it that way. So Derp, calm it down a little bit. Calm it down. Gerard, on track. Reloading, not rebuilding, I think is what we say here in the sports world. So you got to see them up close and personal. Boardman is no slouch when it comes to volleyball ever. When you see Gerard getting a win like that, coming off of a tough loss, especially in 5, when I think you said that they were tied at 13, they had a 13-9 advantage. Boardman makes their comeback as they always do. They get knotted up at 13. And then to finish the job like that, to not go back and forth and seesaw battle, what does that say to you? You've watched more volleyball than I could ever remember, or Denny Matthews will ever know. So what does that say to you about a team like Gerard, who is still trying to find kind of their calling card for the 2025 season?
We haven't forgotten about Denny. Denny.
No way.
In all seriousness, I thought the most impressive thing was, and I talked about it in all those interviews, resiliency. Because, like I said, on Saturday, Canfield kind of took it to them. And then they win the first set, which was awesome. But the second set, Boardman, they flexed. It was 25-7. And there's a lot of reasons there for Gerard to hang their heads and say, well, here we go again. This set didn't go our way. Sadie Satterfield for Boardman served up, I think, 16 service points in a row in that set. They just could not receive her serve. But then in the third set, even though Boardman won it, I felt like Gerard got back on track, made some plays, got some momentum back. And then that fourth set, it was like something turned on for Gerard. They started it really well. They got out to a 3 or 4 point lead early, and they just kept it, and ended up winning that fourth set, and then forcing the fifth. Didn't get off to a good start in the fifth set. They were down 4-1, managed to find their way to a 13-9. Boardman's always in a fight, like you say, 13-13, and then last 2 points go to Gerard, and it was just a wild game of back and forth volleyball.
And as for me, I don't want to turn the page necessarily on the entire conversation with Gerard, but I think when you have a coach that gets her first win, it's incredibly special, incredibly special. And I love that you kind of acknowledge that. Hey, tribal chief, one's up in the air, one's in the sky. But when you're able to make it feel special in a moment like that, I think that's probably a match that she's not going to forget, certainly anytime soon. But being able to build off of that, right? Sometimes, this is going to sound stupid, sometimes it's not always the best to win your first match as a coach. You build that adversity. You talk to Dan Yeagley, Hall of Fame coach, who will tell you all about his first game and being blown out and learning some of those valuable lessons. But building the plane while it's in the air, so to speak, is not a bad thing. Showing that you can battle through adversity and adjust on the fly with some of the players that you have. Now Gerard has some incredible talent.
Yes.
They've lost some incredible talent, but I think they want to prove that this is not just a situation where we're going to roll the ball out and whatever happens, happens. They're looking to continue to build the program that they've, not just, been proud of for the last forever, but being able to take them to new heights, because I think there are opportunities in this area, especially I said it on the broadcast last night for Palestine versus Liberty. Volleyball is in a better place than it's ever been. And I say that and tell me if I'm wrong. And it's because the JO, like it, hate it, love it, whatever you feel, however you feel about it, it has taken the skill level to the next level, which has created better players, which in tail should create better teams, right or wrong?
No, you're right. There are a few years like we're seeing that in softball right now, like the travel softball, and it slowly progressed the sport over the last 10 years. Volleyball is a little bit behind that, but we're still seeing that growth as JO continues to grow, and there are more and more teams, more and more coaches that are kind of in that JO volleyball world that can guide very talented players into big time situations. Not just playing with talented players, but you start to play in these like high stress situations more, you get more used to them for the high school level. I think that's one of the things that's underlooked. The more reps you get in high pressure situations, the better you're going to be. So when you're in JO and you're in a set that's 23-23, that's more reps for those kind of big plays that you can take in the high school season. So JO is definitely increasing the skill level of volleyball. We're starting to see that trickle down into our area, especially if you go into Northeast Ohio, especially up in the Akron, Canton world. That's where the hotbed of JO volleyball is. That's why a lot of those teams up there are very, very good.
All right, so I've got to kind of segue into my game or my match rather, because I got to go back to my stomping grounds. I got to go to East Palestine, and they renovated the entire gym from a standpoint of it used to be that tan, like since they built it, it was tan walls, orange on the bottom, I want to say.
Yeah. Orange bleachers.
And the orange and tan bleachers. They took care of the bleachers late last year in basketball season. I walk into the gym and there's new lights. And it's all white with brown on the bottom.
That must have been a culture shock for you.
Man, I don't have good eyes to begin with. And I walked in and I was like, what did I stroke out here? Like,
am I in the right gym?
Like I'm just, and I feel bad because I was in such awe that Amy Moore, who is a longtime friend and does a lot for the concessions, a lot for the volleyball team, has for a long time. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, now the ceiling's still tan, so that it wasn't like completely, but I mean, you've been to Palestine. It's a big gym. It's a big field house.
Yeah.
So but everything else is white with brown bottom, and then you've got the orange chairs, and you got the what do they call them, seat backs on the home side that really stand out, makes everything pop. Then they've got like as you'll see in the interviews, they have like these media scrum areas in each of the corners on the home side, so that way you have something behind you when you're doing interviews. But it's one of those situations where it took me, I mean, they painted the crow's nest.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, this is interesting, because like there were still like names written from when I was in high school. You know, Justin was here.
Justin was here.
Yes, he was. And I know who Justin is. And so does everybody else. But like it looked beautiful. But I will tell you, out of all the things that look great in that gym, the volleyball team was a number one. And I give a lot of credit to John Bastarkey, all the credit to John Bastarkey and what he is building. Again, because he's done it. He's been there. He's done that. He bought the T-shirt. But boy, oh boy, does he have those girls looking good on the floor. And a lot of it, there's some senior leadership there. There's some underclassmen that are incredibly talented. But there's a young lady named Destiny Burdick, who is a freshman. It's a name synonymous with East Palestine. Taking it back to my days as a Bulldog. But I'll tell you this, dude. She is a dog. Freshman. She rolled her ankle prior to, and didn't find this out till after the game. She rolls her ankle prior to the contest, fights through the adrenaline, still able to elevate, serves like a monster. I mean, like having Paul Skeens back there just banging out 90-mile-an-hour volleyballs at your face, right at your soap dispensers there in your teeth. And I'll tell you what, she can bring 15 kills last night in her first varsity match. And I think JO helped her get there, but you know, and I'll let him kind of do the soundbite here in a second, but Palestine able to just blow away Liberty for the first set, felt pretty good about themselves. And Coach Friketic in Liberty come out the second set just firing at will. They start with a 6-0 run, and then they, timeout called by Coach Bastarkey, which I'll again is in the soundbite. Don't want to ruin that. Don't want to bury the lead, so to speak. But, he tells them, hey, it takes 3 sets to win this thing. Great that you won one, but we got to finish the job. So it goes down. I mean, back and forth, and I think it was 26-24 is the way it ended. Palestine able to come back and win the second set. And then third set, you can tell that they were a little bit more comfortable in building chemistry along the way. And talking to TJ Irons last Tuesday of South Range, he said they scrimmaged East Palestine, and they're going to move some heads. They're going to turn some heads this year. And I had the chance to catch up with John Bastarkey and Destiny Burdick last night. Here's what they had to say.
Here, an opening season victory right here at home in a brand new upgraded stadium here. Talk to me about what you saw from your girls tonight.
First set we played really well. I thought it's our first game, new lineup, and we had to overcome the second set. We missed 9 serves and put them back in the game. So, but we fought back. I'm proud of the girls for fighting back in the second set. We took care of business in the third.
That timeout in the second set. I heard you say that one set doesn't mean anything. What was the motivation for you to get them kind of woken up and snapped out of it?
Well, I told them, it takes 3 sets to win a game. Just because we won the first one doesn't mean, we're going right back out and winning the second and the third. So, I told them, buckle down. This Liberty's scrappy. They're a scrappy team, So, we practice serves half an hour every day, and for some reason we just couldn't get our serves in. But give Liberty a lot of credit. They kept the ball off the floor. I mean, we had some nice kills they kept off the floor. So
the first set, the third set, it looked like the girls played comfortable. I mean, you saw Destiny stepped up. It looked like your team didn't have a problem finding chemistry. Did you see the same thing?
Yeah, I did. I mean, we had some tough scrimmages to get ready for this. So I told Destiny she might only be a freshman, but the scrimmages we've been through. You're not a freshman day one, so she proved it today. She played really well. Everybody played well. Our sets were there. Passes could have been a little bit better, but we got better in the third set. So I'm happy with the win. It's good opening win.
Destiny Burdick, your player of the game for East Palestine, opening season win. Just a freshman, but a lot of it's expected out of you, and you showed up and showed out tonight. What did you see? I mean, was the game moving fast and then did it slow down for you, or have you been able to kind of catch up during scrimmages?
Catching up pretty easy, and it slows down and catches up really fast at times.
Your first ever game in a varsity uniform, you have 15 kills. Do you expect that of yourself? And I mean, are you able to kind of keep yourself motivated during times like that, the second set where it's not coming so easy?
Yeah, actually, and it's pretty hard whenever I rolled my ankle before the game even started. So I've got adrenaline going down to my foot the whole time.
But you're able to maneuver. You were still able to elevate, obviously, with all those kills. And you served when you needed it. Your team needed you the most, especially in that second set, to get back into things. For you as a freshman, do you see yourself as a freshman and constantly learning, or do you feel like the amount of volleyball that you played has put you on a different level?
Definitely put me on a different level, especially through the open gyms all through May and till now. It's definitely put a bigger lead on me.
What have some of these seniors said about you or helped you along the way so far?
They keep me up and they don't treat me younger as much as they would another freshman.
So there you have it. I mean, a young lady who she's never been interviewed before, God bless her, and she's waiting. She's like, all right, what happens now? I was like, well, you just stand there and I'll ask you questions. And Coach Bastarkey's like, kind of giving her the hey, you should probably get used to this. You should probably get used to this because that young lady has a high ceiling. And I think, hey, between friends, between us gals here, she's going to shatter that ceiling, dude.
Oh, yeah.
She keeps it up.
I had a chance before the season started to talk to Coach Bastarkey and a couple of East Palestine seniors, and being able to just kind of understand what kind of leaders those girls are. I understand that it's also a very good environment to have a freshman like that come in, because you have seniors, and she talked about them, that aren't going to treat you like a freshman. They're going to treat you like someone that is going to be vital to the team's success, and they're going to build you up. So when you have an environment like that, it is really easy to have a good freshman season.
When you look at what East Palestine has on paper, they've battled through some adversity over their 3 years. And you look at their seniors that have battled the last 3 years to get where they are today. Cammie Kreidler, I mean, it starts and ends with her. I mean, she's the setter. She's really the heartbeat of this team. She's the one that's always asking tough questions and giving tough answers, quite honestly. You know, we've known her for a long time, multi-sport athlete. Cammie is, in my heart, she's the best of the best. When I think of East Palestine, she is the flag bearer for what East Palestine is this year in any sport. So then you look at Wilson, who has been she was incredible last night, Ant. I mean, she has so much talent, more talent probably in her pinky finger than either one of us have in our entire bone structure.
Absolutely.
And she's incredible. Then you have Dilling, that is the libero for East Palestine, and she can launch it about 106 off the right shoulder when she's serving. But the leadership, the communication that you see on that floor, KK Andre, going over to Emma Ginger. I mean, it took Emma a while to get started last night, but you're starting to see the communication build throughout the contest. And I didn't get to ask this to Coach Bastarkey because we want to keep those interviews kind of under 2 minutes. But I wonder if he was able to see the communication continue to kind of elevate throughout the contest, and players weren't getting greedy. It wasn't, you're not getting me the ball. Right. It was waiting patiently and letting the game come to them, because sometimes, especially in those early games, you want to get people going, but the game doesn't dictate, especially in volleyball. You can play keep away. You can really play keep away from some players. And I felt like Emma Ginger didn't get going because they were trying to keep it away from 14 all night. But Burdick showed up, and I think they pressed the wrong button. Did Liberty, but I give credit and I tip my cap where it's deserved. And Coach Freketic had those girls dialed up in the second set. And I think that Liberty's a team that there's a lot of potential. And I think that with her leadership, I think that that's a team that could be a sleeper in this 2025 season, because there's a lot of athleticism, and when they play together as a team, and it was fun to watch. It was very fun to watch.
Yeah, and remember that it's Coach Freketic's second year, so she's like building a program. She's trying to build those building blocks, and you can already see from year 1 to year 2, it's happening. So if you're patient a little bit, hold on to those reins a little bit, and just let it happen, I think Liberty fans will be excited, this year, next year, and hopefully Freketic is there for a while, because I like what she's doing in Leopard Country. It's impressive.
It's impressive to say the least. One of the things that I definitely want to talk about today, because it was an interesting topic. I don't know if you saw it on social media. It was Bryce Franken, who is the head coach of the Columbiana baseball team, put this out there, and I don't want to paraphrase. I want to make sure this is going to be challenging because I don't have the ability to do that. So I'm going to look on my phone. So please excuse me. But basically, he was talking about, and I want to get your thoughts on this because it kind of goes into what we will eventually talk about, like when I'm able to talk about what I want to talk about. And I know I'm not being very straight and to the point, and there's a lot of kind of tongue in cheek here. But one of the things, I don't know if is it still there? Maybe we aren't talking about it today.
It's been.
Did it get well?
Bryce Franken's like, nope.
He's like, delete. It's well, maybe we won't talk about this today. 14 hours, 20 hours. Where did it go? Oh, no, there it is.
Found it.
Okay, I was getting a little nervous. Maybe he doesn't want to talk about it. All right, so I'm going to screen cap it in case he gets any funny ideas while I'm reading this. And this isn't a knock. This is a very interesting topic, and I think that we can speak intelligently on both sides of the fence here. As a high school, excuse me, I was fighting that. As a high school coach, I'm starting to get concerned that we are doing so much extra stuff at the youth levels that there is not much left to look forward to when kids get to high school sports. In turn, unrealistic expectations are created while the budget is actually being decreased. Are we growing their love for the game, or are we growing their love of the extra stuff? If it's the latter, then that's when we, in parentheses, high school coaches, lose them. So I want to get your thoughts on this, because basically what and I asked him to elaborate because I wanted to know, what do you mean by extra stuff?
Extra stuff. That's why I was like, what's extra stuff?
Because that's where it gets sticky, right? Here's what I'm going to let you have the first take on this, and I'm going to compound. So, I mean, what's extra stuff? So he says, put simply, my fear is that the game, no matter what the sport, is no longer enough. High school luxuries seem to be more elementary expectations.
So, I mean, I would like swag, maybe like the stuff that you get when you're a varsity player, like the equipment and the gear and the kind of notarization, the social media graphics. I'm guessing that's what he's talking about. Maybe like you're getting, you want that as probably the parents want that for their 8-year-old kid that's playing, T-ball or playing, his first year of coach pitch baseball. Let's get him some graphics. Let's get him some good gear, some swag. I mean, I assume that's what extra stuff means. It does have the opportunity to make a kid kind of expect that when he gets to high school. And like he said, some high schools can't really keep up with those demands. But I think at the core of it, there's no harm in gassing a kid up when he's trying to learn the love for the game. Like everything, it's a tool, right? Can you use it the right way? Can you feed it the right way? Can you make the kid confident, make the kid feel like he's special without making him feel entitled? It's a really tight line to walk, but if you can walk it, it can be an absolute positive.
I'm with you. Now, this is, and I commented, which I try not to do so much anymore outside of what I can control, right? Because it can get away from you quick on social media. Extra stuff is what threw me off, because extra stuff is, okay, if it's stuff that they're getting at the high school level, okay, well, then why are we trying to bring everything down from the college level and the pro level down to high school if we're not trying to take everything from high school down to middle school and the youth level? And we've talked about this before, and I believe we talked about it just last week. Sports is a business now. Like, this isn't a situation where, like, back in my day, I had, I was the first one. Hey, proud of this, by the way, because Sue Yoakley, my mom, a.k.a. Yo-Yo to my kids, she was the first one to ever put my name on the back of a jersey. It was me and a guy named Nathan Bowers. My mom went to Joanne Fabrics. She found letters that spelled out Yoakley, and she heat pressed it on the back of my T-shirt jersey. Didn't ask anyone, just did it. I showed up. Boy, I was the belle of the ball. Everybody's like, I want that. And then the next thing you know, fast forward to 2025, I don't even know that there's T-shirts that you have that don't have your name on the back of it anymore for sports, because there's such a pride in my kid, team sometimes, not as much as it used to be. But without going down a narrow path there, I think what the extra stuff that Bryce is talking about, I get it. $500 bats. But, like, here's, as a dad, I ask the question of, don't you want the best you can get for your kids? I think the golden rule for me, before I even had children, my dad told me, I just want your life to be better than mine. And I think every parent should want that for the next generation. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting your kid extra stuff. I don't think they should expect it. but that's based on your personal situation. I also and I'm not outing Bryce on this because dear friend, love him, love the Franken family. I think the flip side, like the other shoe is wearable, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that, but like coaches expect these kids to be able to turn double plays at 7 years old now. And most of them can't tie their shoes. So the shoe can fit on the other foot with all this expectations and extra stuff, like all-stars in coach pitch. And it's like, shouldn't everybody be an all-star in coach pitch? Because the whole goal behind coach pitch, by the way, is to have the kids hit very high averages. Like, we don't need to see Paul Skeens of the 8U division.
The coach is not working on his ERA.
Yeah, like congratulations. You won the Cy Young of the 8U division for whatever league you're in. That's not what you want. You want the kids hitting off of you, obviously. But it's like the expectation is, and I've seen it not just in my world, but I've seen it because we see it through a viewfinder of some of these little league expectations. So if you're going to make the kid or expect the kid and their parents to be extra, boy, oh boy, you better be ready to give extra.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's give and take in that scenario. And I think that's where I was getting lost, because if we're just talking about swag, like it is what it is. Like we got receiving gloves the other day and like they're $40. But guess what? They help. So, it's a situation like, can you afford it? Can you do it? And now, is that extra stuff? I don't know. Is allowing your kid to be able to come to the batting cages and hit, or getting pitching lessons, or getting, training here at athletics or wherever, is that extra? I don't know. But you look at what we do with the EOYFL and you look at the spirit behind it. Is everybody wants that moment. You know what I mean? Parents are always trying to create those moments for kids. And, if you have to go the extra mile a little bit, get some extra stuff, like I'm okay with it. But I don't think high schools, and I'll tell every high school, I don't think high schools are necessarily on the hook for maintaining those expectations.
Right.
For extra stuff. But also, if you're going to be on that train, make sure that you're giving extra if you expect extra, or maybe you don't.
I go to that last sentence that Bryce Franken said, are we building the love of the game or the love of extra stuff? And maybe he's saying these kids aren't coming into high school loving what they're doing anymore. They're coming to saying, gimme, gimme, gimme. And that's all I'm here for. I'm not here because I love the sport. I'm here because I love the attention or the swagger or the stuff that you're giving me. That's what I love. I'll play for you, but I'm not really in love with the sport because I've been given all this stuff as a 10-year-old, 12-year-old. So I think what he wants is back to, you can get all that, but make sure you're loving the sport and you're not falling in love with the extra stuff, whatever the extra stuff is in his eyes.
I get that, but like the extra stuff is so common now.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own bat. Everybody's got their own batting helmet. Every catcher has their own gear. It's a situation like COVID rocked our world, dude. Like rocked us. And like, there's no going back from that perspective. And obviously there's less fortunate than, and I've lived that life. I've been absolutely double wide dirt poor. And, it's one of those situations where you learn to battle with adversity, and some people are certainly in more adverse cultures and scenarios than others. But, dude, I think, too, that, there's so much more going on in the world. There's so many more distractions for these kids now that when they get up there, hey, listen, I didn't play travel ball when I was 7, 8 years old. There's kids that do in every sport. I didn't. There's a lot of things that I didn't do that is now commonplace. And there's coaches everywhere, and there's snake oil salesmen, not coaches, particularly, but there's snake oil salesmen and teams everywhere that, hey, they're gonna promise you the moon, and it's gonna blow up in your face.
Yep.
Because we want this person. We're dedicated to wins and weekends, and people want to make this their livelihood in some cases of being a travel ball coach or a instructor without the credentials necessarily. And it is a challenge, dude. It is a challenge because you can't just go to community ball and feel like, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to do this our way. Like my kid right now, for better or for worse, if I disappear, I'm probably buried under a pool because my wife wants to kill me, because it's like, how many sports can we sign him up for at 7 years old in one season? There's flag football. There's pressure to be in tackle football. There's fall baseball. There's fall basketball, everything. And there's not enough time in the day, and you're just running kids all over the place.
Right.
We're only doing that for one right now. Some families have 3-4 kids.
Yeah.
And you can't do it for one and not the other. And it's expensive. And, so when we're talking about extra stuff, Ant, that's where I'm like, well, we're being told we need to do this because we've got to keep up. And we want to, there's a core group that needs to stay together, and we can't do this without you, or we won't do this without you. We live in a society that you don't want to let people down.
Right.
And sometimes you got to drop the ball a little bit, and think about what the expectations are. So you like that?
I like that, man. Maybe that was Bryce was getting to it, though. Maybe we're putting too much, like we got to keep up. Maybe that's what he's trying to get at. But maybe that is a dangerous thing to put so much on a family and a kid to say, hey, we got to keep up with this. We got to make sure we have the newest bat, make sure we have the best, catcher's gear in the planet and all that stuff. And you kind of, when you get to high school and you're just like, here's the catcher gear we have, I hope you're okay with it.
It's like from 1987.
Yeah, it smells like a used gym sock.
If you put your head in that helmet right there, I can just tell you the smell of that. Like it was my helmet. I know the smell of that. Sam saying there was also only about one travel ball team when you played. So he's right. I was Scene Park. We went to Scene Park and we were on teams at Scene Park, and that's where you got your baseball exposure. Now it's almost completely flipped. Like people are using Scene Park as rec ball and using travel ball as where they get out to, talk to coaches, which yes and no, I guess. You know what I mean? Did you get the news DC Farrell committed to YSU? I did not. Did you?
No, let's go DC.
I'm sure.
If we can confirm that.
Yeah.
Can we confirm
that? That's
Journalism.
our new reporter. Journalism, Derp. Nice job. We are not confirming that yet. So, Derpy, if it comes back, it's on you, pal. Derpy Entertainment. Breaking news on
Breaking news from Derpy Entertainment.
Did you happen to it's on Instagram, he said. Did you happen to see Rich Eisen do Sports Center last night?
No, I didn't. Oh, that would have been fun.
They did everything like the old days. Remember the music?
Yeah.
With the trumpet? Yeah. Like it was hit me in the feels, man. That was when it was good. It was good.
Oh, Sports Center. We love you.
All right, let's tears. James Heath. By the way, the Heater, man. Love James Heath. New coach at the South Range girls basketball team, and soon to be a guy that's joining YSN to kick tail and take names, because this dude, he's been through it. And he knows what we're trying to accomplish. Had a great conversation with him the other day. We've been waiting for the right time/role/opportunity/ like it's go time. And I got off the phone with him and I just kind of looked around, gave a little, let's go.
No one can hear me. I can do whatever I want.
I can only imagine how his motivational talks are going to be for those girls, because like he pumped me up. I was ready to go. Now I don't want to run through a wall because I have to pay for it, but heater, I was ready to go. Decent show considering I couldn't talk about what I wanted to talk about, but we kind of talked about what I wanted to talk about. You'll get it when we talk about it.
You had to play on the edge.
Oh, dancing.
Dancing.
We were dancing. There was something else I wanted to poke at real quick before we left, because we still got 10 minutes ish. I don't know. It'll come to me. Oh, preseason football stinks. That's what I want to talk about. It's bad. Like, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Give them what they want.
I think you can have more like there's other ways you can develop players than trying to play a faux game with backups and you're still getting people hurt. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Like, what are we doing here? I don't know. It's always been kind of weird preseason, but now I feel like it's progressively getting worse.
It's back in the day when people actually played, right? And I understand the fear of getting injured, but man, like, hey, you're getting paid $41 million. Like,
that
should cover some bills.
It used to be like the first game you'd play for a series, maybe the second game of a series. The third game of the preseason used to be like, hey, we're putting the starters in for a whole half, maybe three quarters. And then the fourth game, no one played because that was just your final cuts. You wanted to make your final cuts.
Yeah, you wanted to get one last look at a couple guys.
Right.
And, you're appreciative of those guys to get looks to other teams.
Right.
Right. And then, hopefully they come back or whatever. You can open up some opportunity. It was almost a gentleman's agreement. And now it is just.
Oh, no one plays.
It's almost like Pro Bowl sometimes.
Yeah.
In that first quarter when your starters do play, and I know we're talking about pro football here, so please excuse us, but like this has to be addressed. And I'm sure why is nobody else talking about how bad it is? I think because they're starved for
football. They'll take anything.
And that's the thing, man. Like, I get it that football is and Sam and I have this, it's constantly this, right? It's constantly football versus everything else. I'm going to say an unpopular opinion here. It's not my favorite season. It's not. I don't.
We all know you're a baseball guy.
I don't mind basketball. I don't mind. Like, I enjoy
put basketball over football. Like as a fan watching because now we're talking about pros. So like, I know you don't like the NBA. So
that's not true. That's not true.
You said before you don't like the NBA that much.
I don't like the regular season for the NBA.
Oh, okay. So you like the playoffs.
Playoffs are electric.
You got into the Pacers this year.
Oh, boo, buddy. I was on the train. I was on the wagon. I got 3 Halliburton jerseys. I was so pumped up about it.
Now he's not playing this season. Oof.
It's called investing. I'm investing in the future of Tyrese Halliburton. Unless he gets traded, and then those are garbage.
I don't know.
I just
a long
don't.
Season. If you're a fan of a football team, you're going.
And it's going to get longer.
September to February.
They're talking about making it so it ends every season. The Super Bowl is the day before President's Day.
Ooh, that's what, the second Sunday in February?
Yeah, it's like the 14th is February. That's Valentine's Day. It's
right.
The 16th, right? Of usually, I want to say, hey, I don't know. We don't take that day off.
I never thought you needed a week between the championships and the Super Bowl, but
they don't need a Pro Bowl. And what are we doing? It doesn't make sense. The Pro Bowl stinks. Here's what I'll tell you. The Pro Bowl is the only thing worse than preseason football. Especially now, because they're trying to make it like guts. It's we're not there. We're not quite there. So we'll see. Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
You know who just walked in? You can hear him stirring around like a bull in the china shop. Your dear friend, our chief photographer.
Oh, it's Gary.
Gary Leininger is here. He's here.
In the house.
He's in the house.
I hear him now.
Yep, he's here. So that means we got to go because this is not safe for children anymore. So with that being said, let's do our Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark real quick, and then we'll hop on out of here. Got to click on the right thing. It is the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and they are available to you just like YSN 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. Ronald, what's your spark?
I want to give a little shout out to one of the stories that went up on YSN, one of the game recaps. I was writing and I was like, man, this must have been a really awesome game to be a part of. Salem girls soccer was playing Hubbard last night. It was scoreless the whole game until 33 seconds left in the regulation, and Salem gets that goal with 33 seconds left, and then gets another goal on top of it with 9 seconds left to win 2-0.
Back of the net.
Salem girls soccer, man. Great win last night. You can find a recap of that on ysnlive.com with a great picture, by the way, from that ace photographer, Gary Leininger.
Gary Leininger buried in the back of the net as well on that picture. My spark goes out to just all the people that are out there, football moms, soccer moms, all the parents, boosters, whatever it may be, that get everybody prepared for the season that is right now. I mean, meet the teams, band nights, all of this stuff. It doesn't just, you don't just roll the balls out there and play the game or plan these events. These are people in the community that are not taking dollars to do this. They're doing it for the well-being of the entire community, the school district, the programs, whatever. You deserve to be the hero as well because, man, when you go to these, it's incredible. Some of these are so well run that you just, wow, are they professional? Like, do they do this for a living? And no, they're like head of the PTO. Congratulations. Thank you for everything that you do. You are also heroes in the community. So, Ant, that's going to do it for today's show. Tomorrow, we'll hop back on here, talk about local sports, live sports, and certainly we got some games tonight. One adjustment, one amendment to the schedule we wanted to bring attention to. East Liverpool and Crestview play tomorrow at East Liverpool. So it was put out. We get it. We're on it. You know, we have to go with what we have. And then one of the greatest of all time, Dan McKinstry, calls me personally, leaves my voicemail.
That's when you know.
Neighbor, friend, greatest coach of all time when it comes to definitely volleyball, but most likely other sports as well, at least in the state of Ohio. Hall of Famer, hands down, no doubt about it. We need to get him on here. Let's get him in the cloud here. Let's get him at Athletic. I don't think he'd do the whole digital thing. No. Dan is old school.
You'd have to get him in studio.
I'll get him. Yeah. I got some Emmy Award winning questions for Dan McKinstry.
Neighbor. Howdy, neighbor.
How was I as a neighbor? He's gonna say you stunk. You did nothing.
Thank God you moved.
Yeah, thank God. So that's going to do it for our show. On behalf of Anthony Ronald Hartwig, the 8-time Grammy Award winner and author, best-selling author, my name is DJ Yoakley. We will see you next time on YSN Live. Anthony, may the sports be with you, pal.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.